Hello everyone and welcome back. And it's been a really long time since I made any video, and that I intend to uh, make a video guide on Celestial and also Targon, which is the new region that's coming up in Runeterra. As I'm playing you this clip, this is the reason why I'm playing the Celestial, why I'm building the Daybreak Celestial deck, because of the cards looks exactly like from Senseiya. So like the color, Daybreak, ultimate skill. So yeah, so it's like I can't just uh I can't just not do this video. Like I think I've not been doing video for past 1 month or more. So yeah, this guy hopefully the deck works, and it's pretty cool. Like you are able to play like this kind of have this kind of effect while you're imagining playing the deck. So if it works, yeah, I think it'll be like one of the coolest deck. So while you're playing the deck, keep in mind like these are the visuals and the Senseiya, like the ultimate, like all these cool celestial and things like that. This is like exactly the whole setting of it. Now, uh, enough with the video, and we will go on with the deck. So, uh, if you guys are trying to brew some deck, you can use this website. It's out of cards, out of dot cards. So I made some decks. Now, the first deck that I would like to go through is the Celestial. The Celestial. One thing that caught my attention when I was building this deck is that I feel one of the strongest card is Starshaping. And why is it so powerful? It's because it's a 5 mana heal, and you are able to tutor for a threat or a removal spell. So it's like it just literally stops a lot of kind of aggro mid range kind of decks, because the moment when you are able to heal, then it's like game over for them. So you just try to imagine like this. It's not only like you are able to heal, but you are able to draw a card as long as you are able to survive, and the heal will help you to survive. So yeah, so with this card, I think we are able to see those like life gain. We start to able to see like those life gain kind of deck. So like this is one of the card that I feel is like probably like one of the most most important card coming into Targon. Then I think Aurelian was spoiled yesterday, so it's like it's a 10 mana for 10/10. To be honest, if you play this on day one in ladder, I think it will work because it's day one on ladder. But if you are really tight on shards, you might want to consider not crafting this first. Maybe not craft 3 of those, or maybe you can start crafting just 1. All right. So the core idea of this deck is basically it's the sky's descent. So uh, I kind of like the concept of the card. So, and why do I like it? Because it's a board clear for one side, and the whole idea of this deck is basically you just want to from turn 5 onwards, you will just want to have this kind of dragons. All right. So you just want to have dragons, then you sit back on your dragons. All right. Because the dragons are inherently, they are just fat. So then more dragons. Then when you start to cast the Infinite Mind Splitter, basically you are like pseudo removing 2 of their minions. So you, like it's hard for them to punch through their deck if they are not playing things like Astral or anything or any combo wish. And then because the deck generates so many good threats from invoke, so any deck that doesn't really can't really like OTK you or can't really burst you down very quickly, you should be able to proceed with the combo with the Sky Descent and then just kind of end the game with a huge swing. So basically, the whole idea is to cast dragons. Probably you have 2 dragons on the board. When you have 2 dragons, this card costs 11 mana. If you have 3 dragons on the board, all right, then this one probably is 9. So it's almost like a one-side Wrath of God. How this deck plays out, it's also kind of similar to like Druid. So in early game, turn 2, basically the idea is to ram up. So turn 2, if you're able to like have one of these mana critters, and if it happens to survive just one turn, all right, then you are able to ram up to 4 mana, which is where you start to have all this good stuff like the dragon. So you can kind of think of it like turn 2 Herald Dragons, then turn 3, then you are able to cast this guy. So it's like 4/4. So 3 mana 4/4, you are able to hold the board very, very well. Then proceed with invokes and things like that. So it's like you are having some hands. If the opponent doesn't have like really good spells to back up their threats, most likely you are going to like just slam minions every single turn, then up to the point that they're unable to clear. And if they're unable to burst you down, then you are able to just gain life and slam more dragons until you just Wrath of God them. And Aurelian is more towards I would say it's like a win more card, and probably just one of it. But yeah, but since it's a new set, you can just one will do. I think it should be one, to be honest. Then what else? The rest of this, because we are playing Mountain Scryer, so it is really because of the allegiance, I only play like 4 Freljord card. I personally feel like this one is worth a try. I don't think it might work, but I think it's worth a try to have a feel of the Ram concept. Then the other one is Trochan. I just think that this card is really super good. Like probably one of the best tricks, combat tricks in the game. Yeah. So that explains the concept of this deck. Basically is to survive the early turn. Okay. Either you ram up or you survive the early turn, then casting dragons, gaining some cards in between, and then before finally like lock them down with dragons. Because every single dragons or celestial that you cast, it will reduce this card by 2 mana. So you should be able to cast this at 7 or 9 mana. Alright. And the dragons are hard to remove. For example, like all of this. And you do not need to attack into them. That's a nice part of this deck, because you have like 3 life gain that you can sit back on. And also when you invoke, you are able to access to so many different cards that you can find really good answers. Leona in this deck, it's more like a card to buy you one more turn by stunning the enemy. So yeah, I don't think you can test around with other cards. Daybreak, and because this day, so for the Daybreak package, basically it's this one. So 2 mana, if you cast it as a 3/6, you're able to block a lot of things. So it's basically a blocker. Then what else? Solitary Priestess, same thing. It is just a cantrip, so that you're able to find your answer. So this is the Daybreak package. It's not really a lot, but then it helps in the early game. Hopefully this works. And I just play one of these Dragon Clutch. Oh, but then do keep in mind that this is all Theorycraft, and I can tell you, most probably you won't be playing the same deck, but the concept of the deck is more or less the same. It's just that depending on the meta and depending on how this card turns out to be, you will swap out some cards for it. So basically, this is the Freljord Freljord version, all right, with some ramp and also troll chant. Now let's try to imagine. So this is the core of the cards, all right. So this is purely Targon, just Targon, all right. So if let's say we are to mix with some P and Z cards, P and Z will make this a better control deck because you have the thermogenic beam here, so you're able to play like 3 of this and probably one more removal that you prefer. Probably it's like a gotcha or something like that. All right. So the P and Z one, probably you just want to splash thermogenic beam. Okay. So you are able to have access to more removals. Then when it comes to SI, maybe you might want to consider if it's, hold on. So if it's SI, probably like harrowing might be interesting, or some cards that I think, yeah, you might want to play like harrowing or what else, or some of the what do you call, some of the early game minion. I think Elise works as well, because Elise is like a good two drop that this deck doesn't have, but then you can't really block with it, so I don't think it's that good. I haven't really thought about the SI part, but I know like P and Z 3 thermogenic beam, it's a good choice. Noxus, I don't think it matches that well. Let me see if it you just want some early stuff from all this region, because you already have the late game stuff. Yeah, basically you want something that is able to defend for you at 2 mana, all right, or 2 to 3 mana. Yeah, I don't see any. Ionia, probably some removals, probably probably one will, and the new what do you call, and the new polymorph card. So you might want to play a crap. You might want to play some of this to buy you some time. Yeah. So do try out different, but I think like Freljord will give you the ramp. All right. PNZ will give you the removal. The Marshal will give you this sweet dragon. This really, really sweet dragon. Where's the dragon? Yeah. All right. So yeah, the Marshal will give you this really sweet. Hey, where's the dragon? Hold on. Yeah, it will give you this really sweet dragon. Okay. So depending on which region, so each will bring different stuff. Then another deck that I would like to share with you is aggressive Daybreak. So this is a Noxus Targon deck. So basically it's an aggressive deck. So you cast like turn 1 Precious Pet and swing or something, and then turn 2 Shield Bearer. Shield Bearer will, like, nothing can block it, so usually it will go through for 3 damage. Then you have like Dravens. Draven is like at 3 mana, nothing can block him. Then you have like Reckless Triffer. And one thing good about the ladder is because you are going to face a lot of aggro decks, and also there's such a wide range of deck. And if you play decks like this which are very considered like aggro or very that it has a very simple plan but very consistent, it might work. So it's like Blessing of Targon is really good. So it pumps up the minion +3/+3, and it's like permanent. then one of the highlight of this deck is Morning Light. So when Morning Light, when you have Leona and Sun and Ravun, and you cast Morning Light, so it's like +2/+2, stun an enemy, create a random card, and swing. So it's like huge value, even for a deck like this. Then Sun Guardian, yeah, I think a lot of people they don't like the Sun Guardian, but I think it's kind of important because Sun Guardian, it triggers your Leona, and you really want her to flip to level up. And it's not I think it's decent. It's not that strong, but for a deck like this, I think it might work. Captain Farron is pretty good for this kind of deck because you just run out of steam. Like if you don't like turn 5 basically you want to cast Ravun, turn 6 you want to cast Sun Guardian, then turn 7 you want to get something to cast something from whatever that you get from Ravun, and turn 8 you only have a plan left, which is Captain Farron's and tons of decimates. So this is like an aggro deck. I think it might work, but probably we'll need to tune some of the. I don't think Legion Drummer is that good in this deck. But then I haven't really thought of it. Like what are cards to replace Legion Drummer, and yeah. So the 1-drops are fine. 6 1-drops is good for aggro decks, and yeah. So Noxious Fervor is the only removal, and also it gives the deck extra reach. So this deck is basically you just build a board and you keep swinging, and then pump up with your Blessing of Targon or Morning Light. It's just so it's like instead of going wide, you are going big. So that's the whole idea with this deck. And Leona, I feel, suits this kind of deck better than the Celestial. So yeah, so this one will be the aggressive Daybreak. Then the other one, this one is the Ram Celestial. Alright. Or you can just remove the Freljord and replace it with PNC thermogenic beam. Alright, so that's it. That's what I have for Celestial. Like, I feel like all these cards, like if you look at the cards, they are just, the artwork is so awesome, and it reminds me of Saint Seiya. So which is why I'm going to try this card, because it's just cool. Alright, so I will attach the deck list in the description as well. So hope you guys have fun, and peace.